Let's be honest, Mets fans, didn't we see this loss coming? Well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Wa2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. If you're brand new, welcome aboard. Please like and subscribe. And if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate all your support. So as you may or may not know, I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this past weekend. My first time seeing a pro sporting event in the city of Philadelphia. Had a great time all weekend long, I got to say. In fact, I will be making a video chronicling my travels, and that's going to take a couple of days to put together because I've got about 200 photographs, about 30 videos. There's a whole lot of content coming out, so be sure to watch for that. But I got to talk about this Sunday game, and by the grace of Almighty God, I was not at the game because I had to take my train back home from Philadelphia to Virginia. And the train left about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was very fortunate to not be there for this loss, the fifth straight rubber game that the New York Mets have lost this season. Okay? And I got to say this, as soon as I found out Carlos Carrasco was taken out of the game in the fourth inning, I kind of had a sick feeling right there. The Mets bullpen was never going to hold up for 5 innings unless the offense put 10, 11 runs on the board. I just had a horrible, horrible feeling about it. And I got to say this about Buckshowalter. He has made a lot of bad decisions this year. I mean, I'm never going to get on a manager really for how they conduct themselves in a press conference. I don't care about how loud they are, how quiet they are, how they answer the media. But him taking Carrasco out didn't make sense. I cannot get on him for the eighth inning because what does he have to work with? You're a man short with Drew Smith still suspended. He said David Robertson was not available in this game, although if he was not available for this game, why was he warming up in the ninth inning? It didn't make sense. Buck Showalter has shown a tendency he will go to his best reliever in a big spot, even if that is in the eighth inning. And I give him credit for that, but he didn't do it this time, and I don't understand. You start the inning up, bottom of the eighth inning, start with a 6-3 lead. Josh Walker comes in, pretty good lefty. He's been fine when he doesn't have to come in a huge spot. Not much different than Jeffbrigham. But Josh Walker, walk, single walk, bases loaded, nobody out. I mean, as if there was any doubt the Mets were going to lose the lead in that spot, okay? Now, I put all the blame on Josh Walker for failing in that spot. Jeffbrigham, I can't really kill him. I know he hit Kyleschwarber and he hit treaturner later on, both with 2 strikes. I know he did that. But he did force a double play ground ball from alecbohm, and Brett Baty screwed up. He double clutched, and everything fell apart. It should have been a 6-4 Mets lead with a run in, runner on base, 1 runner on base, and 2 outs. Instead, it was 6-4, still bases loaded, and nobody out. So what happens? Brandon Marsh walks, and then he gets a big strikeout of Cody Clemens. I'll give Brigham some credit for that. Struck Clemens out, but then he hits the 2 batters, and the Phillies have a 7-6 lead. They scored 4 runs on just 1 hit, and it was a mere single. The rest of this, the Mets did to themselves. The Mets beat themselves in this game, and that is what is so frustrating. The Mets continually make dumb mistakes, which they never did last year, whether it's base running, whether it's not being able to catch a fly ball, these check swings. One of the catchers trying to pick a base runner off and the ball goes into the outfield. It has been absolutely infuriating. Like, any way that you could lose a baseball game, the Mets will find a way to do it. And in a franchise that is just riddled with failure and disappointment and just utter frustration, this may go down as the most frustrating season we have seen in decades as Mets fans. They're now 8 games back of the 3rd wild card. The 3rd wild card. And if this thing gets to double digits, I mean, you can absolutely stick a fork in them. There are, I believe, 6 or 7 teams that are still ahead of them in the wild card standings that they would have to pass to get back in the race, because it's not about the number of games. It's really about the number of teams you have to pass. And the Mets have to get on. I can't even imagine the Mets getting back to 500 at this point. Not even 500. it is just absolutely despicable. They're now at 35 and 42. What confidence can I have that they're going to play just 7 games over 500 the rest of the year and get back to 42 and get back to an 80-win season? And which is nowhere near enough. This is a team that won over 100 games last year. This was a good team that fell apart late. This team, we've seen some disappointing teams. I think about 2007, the late season collapsed, but at least the team was in the race for most of the season. This team's going to be done in the month of June. So I'm not here to say that, the Mets can make a comeback and get back into the race here. It would be ridiculous of me to say that. They need to go on a ridiculous win streak, whether that's 8 out of 9, whether it's 12 out of 13. They have to go on a streak that right now they don't look capable of going on. And if that doesn't happen, you know what? Anybody's fair game. Whether it's the coaching staff, whether it's the manager, whether it's the general manager, any one of them are fair game to go, because when you underachieve this much collectively as a team, it's got to go on the staff. And I love Buck Showalter. I've got all the respect in the world for him. But if they fired him today, I couldn't be upset about it. I'd understand it. And that's as real as I can be about it. But, there's a lot of comparisons about this team and the 1992 New York Mets, the worst team money can buy. Well, I'm going to do another video going into that a little bit more, but I want to just come on and talk a little bit about this series and just how frustrating it is and just how it encapsulates this just disgusting, despicable Mets season that has pretty much all of us longing for the fall and the winter sports. Well, watch out on the New York Sports WickerMedia channel for my video coming out about my trip to Philly. It's going to take a couple of days to go through. Okay, I've got about 200 photographs, about 30 videos. It's going to be a real in-depth video, but I'm excited to put it together for you. I really hope you'll watch it. And also, I will do a separate video comparing this Mets team to the 1992 team as well. And there's all kinds of exciting new things coming for New York Sports WickerMedia that I'm really excited to share with you in the very near future. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you right back here once I'm back in the Wicker Chair.